Hi, and welcome to Math 85, the winter semester of 2018. My name's Jeff Hamilton, and I get to lead you through this course. I wanted to spend just a few minutes looking through the course outline and show you some important points about that. Probably an important point on this first slide would be my name, I guess is here, but my phone number. So at any time during the semester, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. I like receiving texts, so if texting works for you, you can send me a text. You can also reach me. Here's my office if you want to come in and see me, and you can also email me at the college address there. Typically during the week, I'm available from 10 to 12 in the office. That's not for sure, so probably text me before just to make sure I'm here if you want to come see me. But you can also text me anytime, and if I have time, uh, we can set up an appointment to come to the college here to my office. Okay, here's a couple of people that are important for you to know. Scott Liebauer is our academic chair, and Tim Heath is the dean of our area. So if you have any concerns with program stuff, that would be Scott, or our center stuff, that would be Tim Heath. Math 85 for times and locations. You can check Horizon. You can also check the calendar in Canvas. And in the calendar there, I've got listed when the classes are, where the classes are, and what we're doing for each one of the classes. I can tell you now that we meet every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Monday and Wednesdays, oh, and Friday, they're all at noon. These 2 days we meet from 12 to 2, and on Fridays we just meet from 12 till 1. Okay, you can go through a lot of the stuff on the course outline on your own, like the course catalog description. You can talk about what's going to be in the class. You can do that on your own. So here's some of the main objectives that we're going to be going through. Lots of linear functions, quadratic functions, and we'll look at some other ones as well. But you can look through that. There is a more complete listing in Canvas of the outcomes that we'll be accomplishing this semester. Okay, here's what I do want to talk about for a minute, and that's the course instruction method. I'm doing the course different than I've done in many years, in that you're going to be doing lots more math than maybe you've done in other classes. Hopefully not. Hopefully you've done lots of math, but you'll be doing lots of math. And what I want you to do before you come to class is watch the video that is posted in Canvas that is for that class. So, for example, one day you might have to watch a video for 1.5. So watch that video for that section before you come to class. And then at the start of class, I'll maybe give you a little bit of an overview on what that video is about or what that content is about. But then the majority of the class, you'll have time to work on the homework that is assigned for that section. And indeed, at the end of the class, you'll submit your homework for that particular section. Okay, so it's a little bit different. Often in math classes, you come to the math class and the teacher tells you all this new stuff and takes all the time. You might have a little bit of time to do homework, but not much, but then sends you away and you get to do your homework at home. In this class, I want you to be watching the videos before you come to class, get the content, sort of see what you're going to be up to. So do that before you come to class. When you come to class, I'll give you a brief overview of that, but then you're going to have lots of time for me to help you on questions for that content. And like I said, the homework will be due at the end of that class. Sort of maybe a little bit different than you've done before, but I found that I can help students way more effectively that way. Also in Canvas, and I'll talk more about these later, there are online quizzes. And so, whoops, I'm sort of bouncing around a bit. So each day before you come, you watch the video, then you work on the homework. When you're done the homework, then you can complete an online quiz. And there's an online quiz for every day of the semester. Okay, so that's sort of what you'll be into um, for the class. Now, if you're doing this class online, I'd encourage you to do the same kind of thing. You won't be able to come to, or you may not come to class to get help on the homework, but I do a similar kind of thing. Watch the video, work on the homework, and then if you're doing this online, you can send me a text or an email and say, hey, Jeff, I'm having trouble with this section, and I can help you out with that. For the textbook, we need this book here, Intermediate Algebra. Uh, um, I think it's the 12th edition, not the 11th, but whatever the latest edition they have in the bookstore. Handy to have a scientific calculator, one that has sine, cosine, tan on it, and maybe a log button, not that we get to use logs. Graphing paper for a lot of the sections is useful. And then you'll need to print out the trig handout and the homework, but you don't need to do that till the end of the semester. Also, you need to have access to Canvas, be able to go into Canvas. And I'd expect that you'd be going into Canvas most every day, maybe a couple times a day. Okay, other learning resources that might help you this in the semester. When you go into Canvas, there's lots of stuff there. There's videos and quizzes. The online or the textbook has some resources as well. Okay, in terms of other resources at the college that can help you, we have a learning cafe that's located at the back of the library, and we have teachers there that can help you with any content that you have in math. It's good to go in and book an appointment early if you want to access their services. They also do APA and that kind of stuff, but we don't do APA in math. We also have an accessibility services area, so if you think that you need extra time for exams or if you have a learning disability of some sort, I'd encourage you to talk with the excellent folks in accessibility services, and they can set you up with the extra supports that you might need. In terms of assessments, here's how you'll be assessed for the course. So we have 4 exams, each of them worth 15%. And this is basically sort of when the exams will happen. And then there's online quizzes that happen every day that we have class. They're worth 10%. And then the homework that happens again every day is worth 5%. At the end of the semester, there is a final exam. Okay, the quizzes that you take, they're all out of 5 marks. So there's just 5 questions in them. You can take the quizzes as many times as you like, and I only give you whatever your highest grade on those quizzes is. So I encourage you to do those as many times as you want. You can complete the quizzes whenever you want. I encourage you to do them on the same day that you do the homework, just while things are fresh. But I don't actually, they're not due until you write the final exam. But like I say, for your learning, it's better to do them as you're going through the semester. In terms of exams, there aren't any makeup exams or rewrite exams. The exams will be written on the day that is scheduled online there. And if you're writing or taking the course online, there's a little bit of a window, a day or two that you can write the exam. So those are the days that you write the exam. If you miss an exam for whatever the reason is, you get a 0 on that exam, but you can make that up on the final exam. So say for example, you miss the Module 3 exam, or you get 20% or you don't do well on it. Then on the final exam, I separate it into 3 or into 4 sections. And whatever you get on that 3rd section on the final exam, say you get a 90 on that one, then I replace this mark here, the 20%, will go away and you won't see that anymore, and I'll just put a 90% there. Okay, so don't come to me on the day of the exam and say, hey, sorry, Jeff, I'm sick. Can I write this exam tomorrow? Typically, the answer is going to be no. And so probably don't even ask. But just take a 0 on it, and then you can make it up on the final. Homework will be due at the end of each class. It'll be marked for completeness, not for accuracy. I'll be helping you through the questions, but I just want to know if you've done the questions and if you're comfortable with them. You're responsible to check to see whether the questions are correct or not. And there's an answer key in the book, and there's also a solution key in Canvas that you can look at for every question that you do. In terms of the homework there, you'll find that I assign a certain number of questions that hopefully you can finish during a class. But if you think that you need more questions than that, feel free to do like the even questions. Or I often will tell you to do every other odd question so that you skip every 4th question, or you do every 4th question. If you need more questions, go ahead and do some of the ones in between there. And similar, if you do some questions and if you understand this concept completely, don't think that you have to do every question that's in there. Just tell me, Jeff, I understand this question, this type of question. I'm going to ace this on the final, and I'll be good with that. Okay, in terms of grades and how you'll be graded, in order to get an A plus, you need to get 95. In order to get an F, you got to make sure that you're in that range there. Hopefully you're not aiming for an F. Hopefully you're aiming for higher up than that. But those are the percentages that we use. Just other expectations. I expect you to come to class, be there, ready to participate, and work on questions, ask me questions. That's probably my main thing, is I want you to be able to ask questions all the time. So when I come around and say, how are you doing? Hopefully you're going to say, yeah, I'm doing fine. Things are going great. But if you have any questions on anything that you're doing, I expect you to ask me questions. I want you to ask questions. There's other stuff there in the course outline that you can read through, but I won't look too much at that. And in terms of academic honesty, for our course, it's pretty tough to copy things from other people. I guess you can do that, but in terms of homework, typically if you're in class, I'm watching you do the homework, so I know that you're not cheating. But I want you to understand the content, and so for homework, I'll be watching you do most of that. If you're doing this online, I won't be, but you'll take pictures of your homework and send it to me, so hopefully it's your own work. In terms of quizzes, the quizzes are online and they're worth 10% of your mark. I encourage you on those ones to get help with them. So if you're having problems with a quiz, you keep getting 2 out of 5 or 4 out of 5, and you want 5 out of 5, come and ask me. I can help you. And make sure you get 5 out of 5 on all of your quizzes. That would be awesome if you could do that. If you're having problems with it, you can ask me, you can ask a friend, whoever. Make sure you're understanding the concept and why an answer is the way it is. But in terms of the quizzes, it's not cheating if you come and ask me, and it's not dishonest if you come and ask me for help on the quiz. I encourage you to get some help from me or from whoever to help you complete the quizzes, as long as you're understanding the content there. In terms of other things there they have in the course outline, they have recording of classes. Yeah, feel free to record anything that you want. And actually, it'd be real nice if you wanted if you are into computers or iPads or Android devices or something, not computers. There's a program called Explain Everything, Explain Anything, Explain Everything. And in it, what you can do is you can write on things. That's what I'm using to make this video. But you could do that. You could, if you have questions for me, go into Explain Everything, write the question out, hit record, and record how you do the question and say, I'm having troubles here. And then if you send me the video file, then I can see where you're having problems, and then I can respond with another video. Okay, and I think that would be it. If you do have any questions at all, again, make sure you give me a call or send me a text, 382-1849 with a 403 in front. That's my phone number or text number. Give me a call. I'm looking forward to helping you through the course.